Welcome back to Badass Body Shop. On this special episode, we take a break from our builds and we freeze our butts off driving our most head-turning vehicle yet down the public roads to the Oviedo Cops and Cars for Kids show. We see some cool cars, meet some awesome police officers, and we get taken over by cows. Let's get badass on Badass Body Shop.
We're leaving Winter Park Paint and Collision, heading over to the Oviedo Mall in Oviedo, Florida. We're having the annual Cops and Cars for Kids law enforcement car show. They've requested again to bring the RSOV over. As you'll see, it's a little bit armed.
This is Safari HP's Ranger Special Operations Vehicle, or RSOV. This is the only real U.S. Army one in civilian hands. And we froze our butts off driving it with no doors, roof, or windshield. The RSOV was a specialized Land Rover 110 used by the U.S. Army Rangers from 1992 to the mid-2000s. It was meant to be a light, rapid, defensive vehicle. And let's face it, driving around on the streets of Florida with a 50 up top and an M60 in front is just badass.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we are. Oviedo, Cops and Cars for Kids show. Second year that we've brought the RSOV. They love it here because, we let kids climb on it and it's a little bit of military history and it's a lot of fun. But right now we're gonna head over here to the entrance. We'll check in with our friend Tara Bush. Tara runs the FLAcarshows.com. Anybody that does car shows in Central Florida knows Tara Bush. And now you guys are going to also. We're approaching the entrance and you see the fine Tara Bush. If you're gonna do anything at any car show in Florida, you gotta go through Tara. If you don't, you're done. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I like the coonskin hat.
Do you? Well, you wanna tell the world about what's going on here today?
FLAcarshows.com lists all the car shows in the state of Florida. Over 2 million page views a year. So that covers just about everything. And then I'm also consultant for Ace Cafe downtown Orlando, which has car shows almost every single day, even during the week. And then I'm also part of Cruise Orlando, which is providing the music here at this show at Cops and Cars, and we do most of the shows in Central Florida, and DJ Don, we'll be talking to him in a minute.
Yes, we will.
As soon as he gets set up.
And how many cars are pre-registered for this?
About 125 was pre-registered, and this parking lot will be packed in about an hour.
There's a lot going on here, so join us as we meet some people.
All right, we're back to you. We happen to run into a Central Florida legend. This is Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's Cruise News. It's been around since 1994.
94, yeah.
If you want to know anything about what's going on with cruises in all of Florida, Central Florida,
yeah.
And what got you started on this?
Well, I've been a car freak all my life. Drag race for over 20 years. My wife passed away, and I was kind of in a lull, midlife crisis, and I knew a person who was doing a small publication. He spurred me on to do it, and so I said, what the heck, and started out slowly, and here we are.
Kinda
25 years later. We're in our
Kinda
25th
grown.
year,
And then you have a website also.
Correct, cruisenewsonline.com.
We're glad to see you here, and hope to see you many years ahead.
We plan on it. Nothing else I can do now.
All right. Now remember, that's Mike Kelly's Cruise News. Check it out. All right, we're back with you again. And now we have Dan, imagine that, Dan from K1 Speed.
So K1 Speed is a national indoor electric go-kart racing track. We run some of the fastest indoor electric carts in Central Florida alone, but we've got over 40 locations nationwide. We can go about 45 miles an hour in these carts on our track. That's enough to drift around the corners. In Orlando, we are located just south of the Florida Mall off of Orange Blossom Trail. We do fun events like endurance races, league nights. We even offer a brand new thing called glow karting. It's glow in the dark go-karting. Birthday parties, corporate events. If you're coming out with the guys trying to have a good night, we do bachelor parties all the time. It's a safe environment.
Team building.
Team building. We do special team building utilizing our go-karts.
Sounds terrific. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Best of luck, and we're looking forward to seeing you at K1 Speed.
Stay badass.
Those were some cool vendors, but when you think about cars, you think about insurance, right?
We are here with Tom from Gingerbread Insurance, Gingerbread Sweet Ride. Tell us what you do.
All right, my name's Tom Marino, Gingerbread Sweet Ride Insurance Agency. We are a standalone classic car or collectible car insurance agency. We work nationwide. We work with all the major brands of specialty insurance companies, companies like Haggerty, Grundy, Classic Collectors, Condon and Skelly, all the major brands you know. But the biggest thing with us is we work directly with you, the consumer, and with them to make sure that you always have the policy that fits your needs. It's at the best price you can find. And of course, you've always got the support with us because on the back end, we're one of the few agencies in the country that will actually help you with your insurance claims.
Any of our clientele that has a collector car or is interested in buying a collector car, several times I've sent them over to Tom after they've gotten quotes from even some of the companies that he represents. And the thing of it is, this is not just some insurance guy sitting behind a desk. He's a car guy.
Yep.
And when you're a car guy and he knows the passion of your car and cares about your car, not just trying to sit behind a desk and make a few dollars.
Yeah, the biggest thing with collector car insurance, people don't realize, because these are specialty companies, which is what you need. You want agreed value insurance by a specialty company that knows how to restore vehicles. We interview you, your lifestyle, the car, how you store it, how you use it, what you want to do with it. We know the insurance companies, we go through each one of them, we find the policy that fits you, your needs, and the car's needs. What's nice, you get the right policy for you, the best price every time, great customer service. And on the back end, like I said, when you really need us in a claim, we're there for you. We'll help you find a restoration shop that fits your needs. We'll coach you through the process if you don't know what to do. And honestly, from my experience, we don't know of any other agency that does that.
Hold up, I gotta stop real fast because look what just pulled in. The Commotion Chevelle. You remember this car from episode 4 of Badass Body Shop. If you don't, go check it out, link in the description. Let's have a chat with the owner and learn a little bit more about this car.
We got Ryan, driver of the Commotion Chevelle. Ryan runs the Florida Top 10. Ryan, you want to tell us some more about Florida Top 10 and the Commotion Chevelle?
So the Florida Top 10 consists of 3 classes. We have our Outlaw class, we have our small tire class, and then we also have our hard tire class. We started back in 2017. Started off with 1 class. The demand got real big, and we ended up getting a small tire class, filling that up really quick. Now we have our hard tire class, which is getting filled up quick, and we're doing pretty good. So 2019 should be promising.
It'll be an epic year, isn't it?
This should be very epic.
So tell us how epic it's going to be with the Commotion Chevelle.
Commotion Chevelle is actually getting a new power plant built right now. We should hopefully have the short block together next weekend, and that'll be going on hopefully during the summer. We'll be doing a bunch of testing for that and hopefully be ready for the fall season.
Good deal. Well, here you have it, everybody. Ryan, Florida Top 10, Clubber, actually Gunner, but I named him Clugger before he was even born, and the Commotion Chevelle. Day Spa at Oviedo on Alafaya Trail. I think everybody needs to go by there and get this done. A couple more minutes of this and we're going to need a room.
While Dan was busy relaxing at work, the RSOV proved to be a pretty big hit with the kids. Don't worry, the firearms are non-functional.
It's always the most popular vehicle. Anytime we take this to a show, because we let people climb on it, Thank you, Safari HP. As normal, here it is, the RSOV.
We then got overrun by some cows.
You're gonna be T-Bone. Yeah, T-Bone, bring it.
Not only were there more badass military and police vehicles here, there are lots of local law enforcement too, so let's take a minute to meet some of these brave men and women.
One of the big things about this charity event, Cops and Cars for Kids, is it is a law enforcement car show. So if you want to see some really cool law enforcement cars, a couple of years ago I saw this one for the first time, and this is one of my favorites. You see this Camaro? Take a look at this. Yes, for those of you that know about the Copos, which were back in the 60s, very interesting. And we have with us today Officer Fugate. She's actually the one that has the honor of cruising around Winter Spring streets in this fine Popo Camaro.
My name's Tracy. I've been with the department for about 24 years. Currently I do community relations. I've been there for about 3 years, which brings me out to the car shows.
And they always have a good turnout here.
It's an amazing turnout. We get people from Osceola County, so 2 or 3 counties away actually come down and hang out.
I remember a few years ago there was one from almost down by Miami.
Yeah, they did have some when we met the first time.
But the show is actually held by, it's the Winter Springs Oviedo Optimist Club, which does a lot of charity for children.
Yes.
And it's great to be involved in our community. You know, we're based out of Winter Park, which Winter Springs is right around the corner.
Right, yeah.
And just say we're proud Central Florida residents, and we're happy to have such a fine police force as Winter
We're
Springs.
so happy to be here and be a part of something that's so bigger, so much bigger than what we are.
Yes.
And it's a great opportunity for people to come and meet officers and see them in a different light. So.
And you know, sometimes in this world, it's not about what you get, it's about what you give back.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're all glad to be part of that. And thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope
Appreciate it.
this is the only place I ever see you.
Dan mentioned the Optimist Club. Before we continue with our men and women in blue, let's go meet them.
We're here with
Liz Jackson.
Liz Jackson, Oviedo Winter Springs Optimist Club, the host of this wonderful event we're at today. Who is the Oviedo Optimist Club, and what do you do?
Okay, the Oviedo Optimist Club is actually umbrellaed under Optimist International. We're in 17 countries. Everything that we do is done to help kids, from teaching kids respect for law, from teaching kids about helping other children with childhood cancer, from helping with events like teaching kids how to play sports, how to sing, how to play an instrument, how to give speech contests, how to write a paper. Everything we do is geared to helping children, and every penny that we earn here today is spent on a child in this community. We want to bring out the best in kids. Actually, this year I'm the North Florida governor, which means I cover from Pensacola to Tampa, and I'm honored to serve and see what we can do to help kids in the future.
And how many countries did you say you're in?
17.
17. So shout out Belgium, Dubai, London. They're there. You can do it.
We just opened our first one in China and in Russia.
There you go. Let's do this. We're with Deputy Freilich, Osceola County.
Yes, sir.
Osceola County, which a lot of our people, you know, you guys that are over there in Dubai and England and everything, Osceola County is actually the home of Disney, right?
It's part of
it.
Part of it.
Well, Disney's pretty big. I think it swallows up a good section of what, Orange and Osceola.
Orange and Osceola.
But chances are, if you're staying in a hotel, there's a good chance you're staying in Osceola County.
Yes, sir.
So if you don't act right, y'all are going to meet in person.
I work in the Crime Prevention Community Services Division. I also work with the youth programs. Something called the Explorers. It basically bridges the youth of the community and law enforcement to let the kids know, don't believe everything that's told on social media. Cops aren't really that bad. We just have a job to do. And as far as this vehicle is concerned, it's a 2007 F350 Harley-Davidson Edition turbo diesel truck that we were able to seize from a drug dealer. So if kids are out there watching any of this, if you're going to be buying or doing anything illegal with your stuff, there's a really good chance law enforcement may reappropriate it and use it for our best uses for the community.
Officer Heiselman, and he is with Oviedo, right here, and he's the motor officer. Let's take a look, and he can tell you about his ride. What do we have here?
It's a 2019 Harley.
Road King.
Road King.
I used to live in Oviedo, and
Quite a bit.
Oviedo's grown a lot. The little Oviedo that it used to be is
It's not so little anymore.
no. How long have you been on the department?
6 years. September last year was 6 years.
So you've seen a lot of it
I
change.
Right about the time I came, it was still slightly little Oviedo.
Officer Tuck, Longwood Police Department. So, Officer Tuck, tell us about Longwood, what you do. How long have you been with the department?
I've been with Longwood for 4 years.
4 years.
Yes. And currently I'm a school resource officer.
All right. And that's, our schools are going a little crazy nowadays, aren't they?
They are. That's why we're here permanently in the schools.
Yeah, but you know what they need to do? Bring back the days when I was a kid. Raised by the belt.
Raised.
They're talking about the elf on the shelf?
Yes.
When I was a kid, we had a belt on the shelf. The elf on the shelf wouldn't scare anybody. The belt on the shelf knew what it was.
True.
Tell us why you're proud to be a Longwood police officer.
Oh, I love my community. We're a smaller community, smaller city in Seminole County. So I have the luxury of knowing a lot of people that I come in contact with, memorizing names. Especially in my school, I have less than 600 kids. So the majority of the kids, I do know them personally, know their names. So I get to see them and where they live, and kind of see all aspects of, what we do.
All right, we're here with Titusville Police Department.
That's correct.
Titusville is west of Orlando on the coast. Titusville is known for east. Oh, I'm backwards. Check me out. East of Orlando on the coast. What is Titusville known for?
The shuttle.
Space shuttle.
That's right. Best place to watch the launch.
What do you do at Titusville Department?
I'm a sergeant with the Titusville Police Department. I'm actually in charge of recruiting, background investigations, our FTO program, a lot of different hats. One of our big things is our outreach to our community. Without our community, we can't do anything. So we do like to give back where we can and be able to get out with the community and shake their hands and meet them one-on-one. We have a great agency, a great community. I would love for you guys to come out and visit us. Love for you guys to visit our website, our Facebook page, Titusville Police Department, and also check out our recruitment video on YouTube.
All right, we are with
Captain Del Rosso.
Captain Del Rosso, Castleberry PD. Tell us about Castleberry.
Castleberry is 7 square miles, approximately 30,000 residents, police officers. We have close to 60. We have a great community. If you want to live there, it's like Chamber of Commerce speech here. Crime is low, lowest in the county, and we're happy to be invited to this car show and represent.
That's good, and I know everybody's glad to have you here. We're really happy that something like this goes on because it gives the community a chance to meet law enforcement on another level than being pulled
it's all
over
about bonding.
and realize that there's a person behind that badge, and they deserve the respect as anybody else does. You're doing a job, and you're here to protect them, which is what they need to understand.
Yes, sir.
Somebody breaks in your house, you gonna call your drug dealer? I don't think so.
Only if you want your stuff back.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, we hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
You want to put the vest
It's a
on
pleasure.
for the camera?
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Ooh.
It's a side entry now, so you stay like that. There you go. I don't know about your foxtail. There you go. Come on, brother. Get in there. Here, put your arm in here. Give me this one. There you go. Right through there. Need one more. There you go. All right, now you gotta tuck it in a little bit.
Dude, it's tucked. Oh my.
Okay, don't go nowhere. We're gonna make this way look good. No, leave that on, leave it on. This is a classic here, brother.
Ready for this? Oh yeah, baby, I like it.
When all else fails, stay badass. Now the bad part, could you imagine, we're in Florida. You imagine it's one of those 185 plus degree days and you're wearing that. And you're standing out in the sun.
In the sun.
Maybe I need to do that. What do you think? Do I need to do that?
Much respect to all law enforcement, but this is a car show, so let's see some cars. Hey guys, it's Dylan, the guy behind the camera. You don't see me too much, but you definitely hear me. I do all the narration. So I'm doing the filming here today, and out of all the cars, I want to give you my top 3. Of all these cars, I found 3 that I like the most. So let's go take a look. All right, so the Dukes of Hazzard was one of my favorite shows growing up, and the Generally is right back there. Always one of my favorite cars since I was a kid. Look, Flash is even there. They even got Flash, which is awesome. So that's one of them. I love the Generally. 69 Dodge Charger, done as a Generally. One of my favorite cars, always has been as a kid, even though I'm a Ford guy. But speaking of Ford, let's go take a look at my next one. Okay, so I'm a Ford guy. You know that, and this is why. Look at that Mustang. Gorgeous. Like if I had a fastback Mustang, or if I had a fastback Mustang, one of these days, that would be it. I mean, the wheels, the paint color, everything. It's just, it's sleek. It's not overly aggressive. It's not overly flashy. It's just, right there. Best Mustang I've seen all day today, and there's a lot of Mustangs here. But let's go see the last one. I don't even remember personally which one I said it was, but let's go find that last one. When I see it, I'll know. All right, so I found it. Now, you know I'm a Ford guy. I like Fords, so bam! Probably not what you're expecting, right? Mercury Cougar. I don't know what it is, but I've always liked these things. I mean, it's a grandma car with a supercharger, black paint, and ice wheels, and chrome exhaust tips. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard to beat. That's badass. So those are my top 3. That Mustang, the 69 Dodge Charger, of course, and this Mercury Cougar. I love these Mercury Cougars. The supercharged ones, they're just insane. Cougar? I say Cougar. I meant to say Mercury Marauder. I don't know why I was thinking Cougar. I'm sorry. We have a Cougar at the shop. Mercury Marauder. Basically a Grand Marquis with a supercharger. Kind of hard to beat. I don't know why. I like them. They're cool cars. So there you go. There's my top 3. Mercury Marauder, 69 Dodge Charger, and that fastback Mustang. So there you have it. Back to the show. Well, all good things must come to an end. After many hours, we decided it was time to beat some impending rain for obvious reasons and head back. We would like to give a big shout out to all the men and women who patrol our streets and keep us safe. Winter Park Paint and Collision and the Badass Body Shop show support our police, and you should too.
It's a great event, and it gives the community a chance to find out that the people behind the badge are still people.
Of course. We put our pants on the same way you do.
That's right. And a lot of society doesn't want to look at things that way, and that's pretty wrong. They need to step up and realize that everybody's a person no matter what, whether they're wearing a badge or whether they're not wearing a badge.
Yeah.
They still want to go home to their family every night. And they're actually here to protect you.
We'll get back to the Skylark and Mustang in the next episode. This event only happens once per year, so we had to make it happen. More badass stuff is on the way, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well.
Stay badass!